May I please ask you to all join me in welcoming the St. Clair High School class of 2018. My name is Ronald Miller. I'm the principal of St. Clair High School. On behalf of myself, Mr. Rutledge, St. Clair High School faculty, I wish to extend a warm welcome to all in attendance today. Before we begin, I realize you may want to use these for pictures and such, but if you could please silence them, just as a courtesy to others. Thank you. At this time, it's my privilege to introduce Mrs. Suzanne Saidula, Superintendent of the East China Schools. She'll be making a few introductions and some comments. Mrs. Saidula.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. It is my honor to introduce the East China School District Board of Education members present today. Board President, Mr. James Bewer. Vice President, Mrs. Jeannie Frank. Treasurer, Mrs. Pat Bebuck. Secretary, Mrs. Amy Murphy. Trustee, Mr. Todd Disserath. Trustee, Mrs. Lynn Griefor. And Trustee, Mr. Michael Mullane. Congratulations, class of 2018. I am honored and excited to be here with you today. But graduates, I have to tell you that never in a million years did I think I would be standing here welcoming a St. Clair High School class at graduation as your superintendent. I am also a graduate of St. Clair High School. In the year of 1986, please do not do the math, I was sitting where you are sitting with lots of hopes, dreams, and excitement for the future. I had big plans, just like I am sure you do, with so many things to see and do, but never in a million years did I see my journey taking me in this direction. But I am so glad that it did, and I am very happy that my path brought me back here to be with you today. Graduates, you are going to do so many great things, but you just never know where that path is going to take you. I can promise you this, your pathway will have twists and turns, and it will go forward and then back a bit. There is not a right way or a wrong way. There is just your way. Plan, but don't plan too much. You want to be able to listen to your heart if a change is needed. One of the best things I have learned is that our so-called mistakes will sometimes create pathways to some of the most amazing adventures. And then those mistakes are no longer mistakes, but stepping stones. You are precious. Be careful with your choices. Use your small-town values to make good decisions, and use those same small-town values to make a difference. Your teachers, family, and friends have faith in you. Remember to have faith in yourself, help others along the way, and always be open for the never in a million years opportunity. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments and on your graduation today.
fellow classmates, parents, relatives, St. Clair High School staff, Superintendent Cybula, and the East China School District Board of Education. I would like to start my speech by thanking my classmates for helping guide one another to this day and for helping shape my high school experience. I would also like to thank our teachers, coaches, families, and friends for pushing us all to further our educations and careers throughout these exciting 4 years. My father has always told me, growing up, Christy, you can never have too many friends, because in the future, you never know where being kind could get you. He told me if I implemented his advice, then happiness is easy to accomplish. Looking back now, I realize I took that advice too lightly. I have only recently started to completely understand what he meant by that phrase he imprinted into my brain for so long. My father is the most important person to me, so you think I would have listened to him sooner. In the past few months, I have really started to implement his advice. It started from just one simple act of kindness from someone who is now one of my closest friends. That act opened the floodgates for me, and that is when what my father has been telling me for all these years finally made sense. I became friends with people I would have never imagined, never in a million years. Ironically, that same act would cause me to change the way I take in and live life. Not listening to my father for all these years made me realize what I was missing out on, the adventurous and happy life I had only dreamt of before then. With that, I want to tell you everything I have learned and what to do instead of learning the hard way like I did. It'll save you about 18 years. I ask all of you seated before me to look around to those sitting next to you. One simple act of kindness might make them think of you in a different light, because kindness and happiness go hand in hand. That act may affect how they see you in the future. If they remember you as a good person, it will make all the difference in your favor and in theirs. Happiness is memorable, and happiness is contagious. Taking away from this high school experience, I want all of you to live your lives to the best of your abilities. We need to be able to take our young, adventurous lives and run with them in any direction we please, while keeping in mind that if you do things you love in life, happiness will follow closely behind. The world around us is changing faster than we can take in, and we need to be able to take hold of it and make it our own. We need to live in the moment and be as young as long as we can. Before we know it, we could be starting families of our own. Take risks and have fun. Fail at things and learn lessons from it. I cannot stress that enough. Implement happiness into the things you do, and you will be unstoppable. Prove the world wrong and leave your own footprint. You have all the power to live your own lives the way you so choose, because you all carry the most lethal weapon a human being can possess, your own integrity. Do not look back at these years with regret. Everyone in this room has accomplished great things and overcome many obstacles a lot of us will never know. Being here today shows that you completed one of the hardest challenges life will throw your way. High school, with all the awkward changes, pointless drama, and dumb decisions that come along with it. On the other hand, it also helps us to find who we are, find our interests, find our friends, find our personalities, and find what we want in life. We are all taking those experiences and moving on to bigger and better things. That is something we should all be proud of. I remind you to not forget to bring happiness along the way. I hope that all of you can be just as proud of yourselves as I am of you. No matter where life takes us, we all made it here together. I leave you on this note. I wish you all happy, successful, and prosperous lives and hope our paths cross again. I want us to be joined not as a class, but as a team. Teams work together to achieve their goals, much like we have done these past 4 years to get to this moment. Each step you take across this stage is one step closer to the footprint you will put on this world. Plant your foot so deep that an ocean of possibility is created for you and those around you. Classmates, thank you for being with me during this crazy journey. It was a true honor to spend this time with all of you. I hope to see great things come out of each and every one of you. I hope to see Please let my father's advice and what I have learned from it ring true with you throughout your exciting, successful, and eventful lives. Implant your kindness in every person life throws your way, and never forget the kind people around you. Because later in life, you never know when you may cross paths once again. Remember, when you bring happiness to others, happiness will show itself to you. Thank you.
Mrs. Ibula, members of the Board of Education, St. Clair High School faculty, guest teachers, family, and friends, thank you for all coming in support of St. Clair High School's graduating class of 2018. Again, would you please join me in recognizing the beautiful performances by both the band and the choir under the direction of Mr. Volz and Mr. Heigl. All right, these 207 students, all of whom are good-looking and above average, have been a successful, productive, and fun group, and I'm so happy to see them tonight. Glad that they're rested and recovered from last night's senior all-night party. Thank you to the parents for putting on that great event. It's a lasting memory for our students. I've mentioned the success and productivity of this class numerous times this spring. Here are a few indicators. They're the second St. Clair High School class to take the SAT. They lead the Blue Water area, outscoring their national peers by 40 points. 60% of the students before me are graduating with better than a 3-point grade point average, 95% with greater than a 2-point grade average, and that's excellent. There are several successful stories in the student audience in front of me. Here are just a couple. Scott Humes and Jake Lemoyne, gold medal winners for the Tech State Skills USA competition. Troy Distorath, MHSAA Scholar Athlete, one of 8 kids in the entire state to earn that. Emily Tenniswood, a National Merit Scholar, top 1% of kids in America. Just incredible. They've earned top regional recognition in art, band, vocal music. Theaters produce very sophisticated performances. 40% of our students are involved in a fine art. This group before me has also had very successful athletic teams, including this weekend's 27th consecutive trip to the girls' state tennis finals, and their coach, Dave Klutz, who was recognized this year for the second time as State Coach of the Year. Coach John Davidson, who is here tonight as a parent, led his final boys cross-country team, the 18th consecutive trip to the state finals and his 10th top 10 finish. Softball and girls soccer have advanced after their performances this weekend, and we wish them well in the upcoming competition. By spring, it's expected that this group will have produced almost 10 all-state athletes this year, 18 of which have signed to play athletics as they continue on in college. And most importantly, 50% participate in a sport at St. Clair High School. Now, each of these students contributed to at least one of the more than 35 community service projects that were led by St. Clair High School students under the direction of the Student Council, National Honor Society, Special Education Department, and athletics. 4 weeks ago, in the annual competition for Prom King and Queen, 23 members of the class of 2018 participated in our unique way, or the tradition, of selecting based on service to others. These students worked individually or in pairs on behalf of a cause of their choice. These included suicide awareness, mental health, and cancer research. In the end, through their hard work and our generous school community, this group of great kids earned just under $20,000 for their respective causes. Absolutely. As many of you saw on social media, the highlight was the slime time competition that involved many of the staff, myself and Mr. Rutledge included. It was disgusting. Some of the images were hard to look at, but in the end, everybody had fun and a goal was achieved. Over 91% of the students before me have a defined plan for school or for life after school, entering college, career field, the military. That speaks well of them, their parents, and St. Clair High School faculty and counselors. Speaking of the faculty, I would like to recognize a retiring member of our faculty who is moving alongside the class of 2018, special education teacher, Mrs. Sue Fitzmaurice. Sue, if you could stand up, please. Now, Sue is special. She's a true advocate for her students and truly the leader of her department and in the building. If you could again join me in recognizing not only Mrs. Fitzmaurice, but all of our St. Clair High School teachers and staff for the great work that they do on behalf of our students. Christy Kontowski focused on the importance of making friends through giving and receiving acts of kindness and creating a contagious happiness. Her message is an important one, and I hope that we all take it to heart. It takes some courage to come and talk in front of a few thousand people, and I thought Christy did a wonderful job. Well done, kid. So traditionally, as I prepare for my annual address, I delve into the historical archive to try to make some connections between this class and historical events of interest. Ultimately, this year, I took a little different path, but feel compelled to point out that 100 years ago today, American servicemen and women, not much older than you, faced terrors never experienced before in World War I, 50 years ago in Vietnam, and today, on a smaller but no less dangerous scale, young Americans are engaged in daily combat in defense of America and its allies. If I could have Cannon Brooks, Emily Lanin, and Randy Harwood stand up, please. Those 3 kids are joining the military when they leave, and we wish them well. So this year, in keeping with Christy's theme, I'd like to share a poem some of you are familiar with called The Family Dog as the Teacher. Remember, if a dog was your teacher, you'd learn things like this. When loved ones come home, always run to greet them. Never pass up an opportunity for a joyride. Allow the experience of fresh air and the wind in your face to be pure ecstasy. Take naps. Stretch before rising. Run, romp, and play daily. Thrive on attention and let people touch you. Avoid biting when a simple growl will do. On warm days, stop to lie on your back in the cool grass. And on hot days, drink lots of water and lie under a shady tree. When you're happy, dance around and wag your entire body. Delight in the simple joy of a long walk. Be loyal. Never pretend to be anything that you're not. If what you want lies buried, dig hard until you find it. And when someone is having a bad day, be silent, sit close, and just nuzzle them. Sorry. I'm usually the most miserable person in the world. The fact that I'm emotional might be historical. You all enter a world that's got some complicated issues, and they need to be addressed by intelligent, compassionate, and positive leaders. The challenge is for each of you is to find your own way on your own path to develop a perspective necessary to maintain a positive, forward-thinking attitude. I hope in your celebrations of graduation you reflect on those who provided some positive support of your development and to the people who can make their own lives and the lives of others better just through a simple gesture of kindness. Your best efforts to make our small world a better place are appreciated and help to make every day a great day at St. Clair High School. Congratulations to you, and God bless. Mrs. Sibula, I certify that these members of the class of 2018 have successfully met the requirements necessary to complete their program of study, and I ask that each of them receive the appropriate certificate marking their achievement. As we're getting lined up, thank you, Ms. Roche, Mr. Rutledge. Before we begin the procession, on behalf of the members of our graduating class, I ask that all of you control your applause as each graduate is introduced. The graduating seniors' names are read every 5 to 6 seconds. We've emphasized the importance of our seniors being supportive of one another and ask that families do the same. This is a significant achievement for each of our students, and it would be disrespectful to our graduates and their families for an interruption on behalf of one student to interfere with the introduction of the next. I appreciate your cooperation in advance.
Emily Clair Tenniswood. Margaret Grace McVeigh. Troy Joseph Distelrath. Alyssa Mary Bacon. Mary Claire U. Shorkey. Liam David McLeod. Emily Ray Lanin. Kyle James Zoglitz. Jared Thomas St. James. Cassandra Dawn Dene. April Jean Gracia. Carly Lynn Delore. Alisa Marie Catalto. Love ya. Megan Victoria Lambrick. Marissa Rose McDonald. Porter William Russell Malcolm. Brendan Scott Parr. Devin Lawrence Peters. Caitlin Michelle Zoplitz. Melissa Paige Melanowski.
Christy Renee Kantowski. Catherine Mary Blanca. Ashley Nicole Distelrath. Christopher Robert Bertrand. Mario Anthony Matson. Lillian Nicole Wutzke. Scott Michael Humes II. Molly Gabrielle Likens, sorry. Braden Clark Gunderson. Ashley Marie Lapola. Alexis Irene Churchill. Ariane Caitlin Lenarski. Alicia Marie Philippus. Donis John Harris. Jared David Smith. Gabrielle Meredith Morton. Kayla Ray Weaver. Taylor Mackenzie Wynn. Benjamin Patrick Bondi. Samantha June Petter.
John William Siner. Avery Lynn Skinesny. Taylor Jane Malone. Olivia Marie Young. Lindsay Ann Rourke. Matthew David Bishop. Nathan Duke Hayes Jr. Mackenzie Marie Busla. Carrie Ann Lozen. Ashley Rose Griefor. Alexander Yurovich Umenyets. Emma Darlene Washburn. Leah Diane Shadowski. Cassidy Ann Snyder. Savannah Michael Mann. Michael Daniel Morawski. Nicholas Robert Poma. Emmy Rose Cucci. Abigail Katrina Bowes.
Holly Marie Wingate. Colin Joseph Pavlo. Samuel Moses Picklehop. Kenneth Joseph Westrick. Logan Robert Dubé. Benjamin Ray Davidson. Madison Maggie Lane Maddox. Maggie Hunter Wentrack. Isabella Alyssa Murphy. Annabelle Grace Kopkan. Cameron Claire Moran. Nina Ray Lacasse. John Willis Charles Richardson, Jr. Hunter Allen Hill. Brian Christopher McDonald. Kirsten Alexis Burke. Alizeo Lawrence Delia III. Ryan Gerald Johnson. Bailey Robert Sazin. Caitlin Rose Kowalski.
Nicholas Austin Thornton. Olivia Rose Herner. Haley Marie Rittenhouse. Olivia Nicole Pirrett. Jessica Arlene Bone. Carly Nicole Pincinalt. Stephen Alexander Starin. Brennan John Buckley. Colton James Stockwell. Margaret Faith Ganane. Maria Judith Galante. Paige Alexandra Kuzmano. Taryn Eliza Yaklin. Alexander Nadelkovich. Mara Elizabeth Westrick. Cooper Gregory Piperzak. Allison Saffron Cole. Lauren Elise Swantek. Sean Nicholas Jackson. Mallory Nicole May.
Zachary Charles Burke. Jordan Elizabeth Plonka. Maya Rhea Licavola. Ian Carter Jansen. Paul Stephen Rydell. Stephen Patrick Kelly. Jessica Nicole Renke. Christina Elizabeth DeGregory. Bradshaw Jewel Roberts. Kyle James Worley. Hannah Elizabeth Hyde. Haley Elizabeth Dregeshan. Austin Jordan Adam Westridge. Colin Williams Augusto. Alyssa Lee Anderson. Timothy John Askew. Jesse Joseph Bobet. Morgan Rose Beat. Dustin Bradley Beeland. Rachel Lynn Briggs.
Cannon Douglas Brooks. Carly Amber Cadrew. Benjamin Michael Caster. Eric Wayne Calhoun. Henry Ronald Carlson. Dylan Scott Chamberlain. Kaylee Joyce Cole. Mariana Costa. Alexis Catherine Delecta. Warren Alfred Delore. Okay. Okay. Alexis, yeah. Sorry about that. I did. Brady James Delore. Dakota Allen DeMay. Christopher Brian Doubles. Zachary James Eberling. Easton John Edgington. Connor Matthew Fleury. David Kenneth Fountain. Samantha Helen Fraley.
Leo Anthony Furton II. Brett Stephen William Gamble. Dylan Jeffrey G. Josefina Daniela Gonzalez. Jody Mitchell Hansen II. Randy Allen Harwood Jr. Hannah Jacqueline Hayes. Bailey Ann Irwin. Aubrey Marie Johnson. Brianna Ann Johnson. Ryan Joseph Johnson. Logan Reed Kursikowski. Stephen Andrew Kleeman. Caitlin Starr Kohler. Zachary Austin Koo. Laken Grace Kuhlman. Derek Thomas LaDuke. Daniel Francis Lamontagne. Ashley Jean Lang.
Jake Matthew Lemoyne. Mitchell Zane Liebetroy. Kara Elizabeth Likens. Natalie Jean Loznak. Ryan Frederick McConnell. Keely Elizabeth McGuire. Tig Raymond McQueen. Garrett Ellery Myers. Dylan Lennon Meekoff. Harry Lee Miller III. Luke Samuel Miller. Jacob Alexander Manano. Benjamin Thomas Morgulek. Julian David Nicholson. Shane Lawrence Henson. Menzian. Kylie Marie Percha. Kaylee Renee Peterson. Logan Allen Pietrzakowski. Michael Anthony Shatulski.
Amelia Marie Pitleski. Jade Destiny Richardson. Caleb Matthew Rowell. Spencer Charles Rouse. Cody Alexander Resnell. Brianna Lynn Russell. Anthony Leon Schilling. Lexi Ann Schroeder. Mackenzie Michelle Simons. Gabriella Jessie Smith. Hannah Christine Smith. Alexander Warren Snyder. Madison Marie Sogut. Alec John Stefankevich. Paige Alexandra Sullivan. Tyler Scott Sweppy. Sharday Raina Taylor. Noah Edward Tetro. Haley Elizabeth Trens. Dion Edward Turner II. Megan Patricia Ulatowski. Martin Michael Ulasini II. Catherine Nora Vinkier. Christy Marie Wakefield. Brendan Thomas Weeks. Justin Tyler Wiegand. Philip David Wesley Jr. Rachel Antoinette Moon Williams. Danielle Rose Young.
So we've got a couple pictures to take. Just reminding that to the members of the class of 2018 that you've got the diploma cover in your hand. Your diplomas are actually in the back of the arena. You're going to get some assistance being led out of the gym tonight. Mrs. Mullane, where's Miss Mullane at? Mrs. Mullane will start with row 2. Mr. Perrin over here will lead out row 1, get you out here in an orderly fashion. We're ready? If I could ask the members of the class of 2018 to please rise. Okay, it's up to you now. I proudly pronounce to you the St. Clair High School alumni class of 2018.